Imagine cruising at 35,000 feet, the world below a patchwork of clouds, the hum of the engines a gentle lullaby. The cabin is filled with the soft murmur of conversation, passengers reading, napping, or gazing out the window, completely at ease. Everything feels routine, safe, and predictable, just another flight to your destination. Suddenly, a violent jolt rips through the aircraft, sending drinks flying and hearts racing. The overhead bins rattle and startled passengers grip their armrests, eyes wide with confusion and fear. The calm is shattered in an instant, replaced by a wave of uncertainty. A flight attendant, usually the picture of composure, now rushes down the aisle, her face etched with panic. She knocks urgently on the cockpit door, her voice trembling as she calls for the pilots. Then, an announcement crackles over the intercom, urgent, almost unbelievable. Both pilots are incapacitated. The people you trusted with your life are now unable to fly the plane. Instantly, the cabin erupts in fear. Gasps and cries fill the air as panic spreads from row to row. The sense of safety vanishes, replaced by raw, collective terror. Whispers ripple through the cabin, growing louder and more frantic. People clutch their loved ones, their faces pale as the reality sinks in. No one is flying the plane. The unthinkable has happened. The captain's reassuring voice is gone. Instead, there's only silence, heavy and suffocating, as everyone waits for a miracle. The cockpit door stands locked, a solid barrier between you and the controls that could mean life or death. It feels impossibly distant, yet it's the only way to survival. A flight attendant, voice shaking, pleads over the intercom, "Is there anyone on board who can fly a plane? Please, we need your help." Her desperation is unmistakable. The question hangs in the air, heavy and desperate. Time seems to freeze as everyone looks around, hoping for a hero to emerge. Your mind races. You remember those hours spent on flight simulators, the documentaries you've watched, the basics you think you know. Could any of that possibly prepare you for this moment? Could you really step up and take control? The choice is stark and immediate. Do nothing and accept the worst, or stand up and try to save everyone on board. The weight of responsibility presses down on you. This is the ultimate test. Man versus machine, fear versus courage, with dozens of lives hanging in the balance. What would you do? The unthinkable news spreads like wildfire. There are no pilots in the cockpit. At first, disbelief hangs in the air, but it quickly gives way to a chilling realization. The people responsible for flying the plane are gone. And now, hundreds of lives are suspended in uncertainty. The cabin transforms into a pressure cooker of fear. Every passenger feels the weight of the unknown pressing down, the air thick with anxiety and dread. Some passengers freeze, paralyzed by terror, while others break down in tears. A few desperately try to call loved ones, their hands shaking as they dial, hoping for a last connection. Panic ripples through the aisles, spreading from seat to seat. Voices rise, some shouting for answers, others whispering prayers or clutching at strangers for comfort. Flight attendants trained for emergencies struggle to project calm. Their voices are steady, but their eyes betray the fear they're fighting to hide. Their job now is to contain chaos, to keep people seated and prevent a stampede. Leadership is crucial, and every second counts as they try to maintain order. Someone, whether a crew member or a brave passenger, must step up to steady the crowd, to reassure, and to organize. In moments like these, true leaders emerge from the chaos. The crew scrambles to contact air traffic control, their voices urgent over the radio. At the same time, a flight attendant's voice echoes through the cabin, asking if anyone on board has flying experience. Every shudder of the plane feels like doom. The slightest turbulence sends a fresh wave of panic through the cabin. Time seems to slow, each second stretching into eternity as stress mounts. Survival instinct kicks in, but there's nowhere to run. The reality sets in. At 35,000 feet, escape is impossible, and everyone is trapped together in this crisis. The only way out is down, and the next moments will decide everyone's fate. The stakes have never been higher, and the outcome is uncertain. The fight is now against panic itself. In the face of overwhelming fear, passengers and crew must summon every ounce of courage to survive the ordeal ahead. Hollywood loves the hero who lands the plane. Reality is far harsher. The cockpit is a fortress of complexity, hundreds of buttons, screens, and controls. Even finding the autopilot switch is daunting. One wrong move could spell disaster. Flying a jet isn't like a car or a video game. Controls are sensitive, delayed, and unforgiving. Overcorrect, and you risk a fatal dive or stall. Landing is the hardest part. managing speed, flaps, gear, and lining up with a distant runway. For a novice, it's a recipe for disaster. Hollywood makes it look easy. In truth, it's one of the world's most demanding tasks. The gap between theory and reality is vast and deadly. Yet the impossible has happened. In 2009, Doug White, a private pilot, landed a King Air after the pilot died mid-flight. He'd never flown that type before. With expert guidance from the ground, he pulled off a miracle. In 2022, a passenger with zero experience landed a Cessna Caravan after the pilot collapsed. Air traffic control talked him through every step. Keep the wings level, descend slowly, line up for landing. Both survived thanks to calm nerves and expert voices on the radio. These stories prove survival is possible, but only with help from the ground. Without it, the odds are grim. Communication is the lifeline. Could a passenger land a modern airliner alone? Realistically, almost zero chance. The cockpit's complexity, stress, and alarms would overwhelm anyone. But with air traffic control guiding you, the odds improve slightly. Ground experts can talk you through every step, but you must stay calm, listen, and act precisely. Even then, luck and good weather matter. Most untrained people crash even in simulators. The difference between theory and action is huge. Success depends on perfect communication and nerves of steel. Without both, disaster is almost certain. The future offers hope. With every sunrise, new advancements in technology bring us closer to a safer and more efficient world of aviation. Engineers are developing auto-land systems, technology that lets planes land themselves. These systems are designed to take over in critical situations, ensuring a safe landing even when human pilots are unable to do so. In an emergency, a protected button could activate the system, which communicates with air traffic control and lands the plane automatically. This innovation could be a game changer, providing peace of mind to both passengers and crew. Garmin's AutoLand already works on private jets. A passenger can press a button, and the system does the rest. This technology is a testament to how far we've come in making air travel safer and more accessible. The next step, bringing this tech to big commercial airliners. Imagine a world where even the largest planes can land themselves with precision and safety. One day, saving a plane might mean pushing a button, not learning to fly in minutes. This could revolutionize the way we think about air travel emergencies. Until then, human ingenuity and technology are our best safety nets. Pilots and engineers continue to work tirelessly to ensure that every flight is as safe as possible. For now, your flight simulator skills won't make you a hero, but the future might. As technology advances, the line between simulation and reality continues to blur. Just don't mix up the emergency land button with the one for in-flight movies. The future of aviation is bright, but a little humor never hurts.